A virus, no? A virus is a piece of software designed to infect a computer system. The programs on your system starts to load more slowly. This happens because the virus is spreading to other files in your system or is taking over the system's resources. There are viruses that may be an unusual file that appears on your hard drive, or files start to disappear from your system. There are many viruses that will delete key files in your system to make your system inoperable. There are viruses that the program size changes from the installed version. This occurs because the virus is attaching itself to these programs on your disk. There are viruses that your browser, your word processing application, and other software begins to exhibit unusual operating characteristics. There are viruses that mysteriously shuts itself down or start itself up and does a great deal of unanticipated disk activity. I have here different types of viruses. First is the armored virus. An armored virus is designed to make itself difficult to detect or analyze. The way it works is because it covers themselves with protective code that stops debuggers or disassemblers from examining critical elements of the virus. A companion virus, on the other hand, is it attaches itself to legitimate programs and then creates a program with a different file name extension. This file may reside in your system's temporary directory. So when a user types the name of the legitimate program, the companion virus executes instead of the real program. A microvirus exploits the enhancement made to many application programs that are used by programmers to expand the capability of applications such as Word and Excel. Word, for example, supports a mini basic programming language that allows files to be manipulated automatically. These programs in the document are called macros, and there are programs created through macro. Uh, so next is multipartite virus. A multipartite virus attacks your systems in multiple ways. It may attempt to infect your boot sector, infect all of your executable files, and destroy your application files. A polymorphic virus, it can change its form in order to avoid detection. These types of viruses attack your system, display a message on your computer, and delete files on your system. The virus will attempt to hide from your antivirus software. Retrovirus, it attacks or bypasses the antivirus software installed on a computer. You can consider a retrovirus to be an antivirus. Retrovirus can directly attack your antivirus software and potentially destroy your virus definition database file. A self-virus attempts to avoid detection by masking itself from applications. It may attach itself to the boot sector of the hard drive. When a system utility or program runs, the stealth virus redirect commands around itself in order to avoid detection. Worm. Worm is a type of an attack which propagates in the memory and even on the network. It consumes bandwidth and it may compromise application or the operating system to deliver too much payload. So a worm can do various things once it is on a system, but its primary purpose is to replicate. Initially, it functions as a standalone piece of software, and then later on, it will spread without intervention by another program. Trojan is a program that enters a system or network under the guise of another program. A Trojan horse may be included as an attachment or as part of an installation program. RAT or remote administration tool or Trojan is one that, as the name implies, it allows a remote user to access the system for the purpose of administering it. A bot is a software running on infected computers called zombies, often known as bot or botnets. Bots by themselves are but a form of software that runs automatically and autonomously. For example, Google has this Google bot, and it is mainly used to find web pages and bring back values for the index. Um, Botnet, however, has come to the word used to describe malicious software running on a zombie and under the control of a bot herder. So denial of service attacks, DOS, and DDoS can be launched by botnets. Logic bomb is are programs. These are programs or code snippets that execute when a certain predefined event occurs. A bomb may send a note to an attacker when a user is logged on to the internet and is using a word processor. This message informs the attacker that the user is ready for an attack. Spyware is a type of attack different from a malware actually. Um, Rather than self-replicating like viruses and worms, spyware is spread to machines by users who inadvertently ask for it. The users often do not know when they have asked for it, but they have acquired it by downloading other programs. The target of the spyware is to record certain informations um, in the victim. So one good example of a spyware is a keylogger. So a keylogger is a piece of software that records keystrokes pressed into a log file and then allows that log file to be viewed so that passwords and other sensitive data can be seen. An adware has the same qualities of a spyware, but its purpose is to display ads, advertisements, and generate revenue for the creator. Windows Defender can detect these types of attack. A rootkit are software programs that has the ability to hide certain things from the operating system. With the rootkit, a number of processes may be running on a system that do not show up in Task Manager, or connections established or available that do not appear in Netstat.display. So the rootkit masks the presence of this item. The rootkit is able to do this by manipulating function calls to the operating system and filtering out information that would normally appear. Ransomware is often delivered through a Trojan, takes control of a system, and demands a third party to be paid. The control can be accomplished by encrypting the hard drive, by changing the user password information, or via any of a number of other creative ways. Users are usually assured that by paying the extortion amount, they will be given the code needed to revert their systems to normal operation.
Summary: Keylogger is a hardware device or small software program that monitors and records each keystroke on a user's computer keyboard. Password cracking is the process of identifying or recovering an unknown or forgotten password. Shoulder surfing involves watching while someone types the password. An intruder may be standing inconspicuously but still near a legitimate user, watching as the password is entered. And social engineering is tricking people into revealing their password or other information that can be used to guess a password.
And that ends the different types of attacks. So the overview, that is just as an overview, that serves as an overview and definition of these terms. And as we go along, we'll explore some of their characteristics. We'll even have some demonstration on these different types of attacks. And also, we'll have laboratory activities on how can we mitigate or find solutions if in case our computer system has been a victim of these different types of attack. So this ends part one. Keep safe and together we learn as one.